mi fuego. 93 like me, fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. Quedo, she no way home. Devil life on the day
them overtake Oath and Zenith. Are we going to be able to see who holds on, gets into those positions to get into our top 14 and make it a last chance qualifier? Guys, it is time to move into our last game, and it is starting itself over Kameshki and going to end up in Primorsk for Plane Path.
Yeah, so most things going to be available off this. I don't think we're going to have as much of I guess, desperation audibles being called here. So everybody should be able to have a relatively relaxed start to the game. Unless you're hard shifts, I guess. We'll have to keep an eye on whether or not Sonics are going to continue to harass in the early game. Secretly, yeah, I want to see it again.
Any early game action like that makes me happy. We've actually been blessed with several early game shots coming out from this one. Sonic's providing us with what we just saw in the last round, and then there was that Penta shot starting off the day. So we'll see if we get any more coming out from that. But it looks like TSM's probably going to try to stretch their way up to Georgia Pole. Hard shift should get a little bit more of that distance this time around. And I don't know, everything's looking pretty safe, except for maybe that what we got going on with any trolls in chat going on with TS right now. You can see, do a little bit of a juke around. Marshall's going to be fine. I think he should be able to make it to the shack and doesn't want to overcommit to this stage. I don't blame them. Wait. Oh, yeah, they see the gun come out instantly. True Sight goes, no, okay, no, not worth it anymore. Not worth it.
Actually, Melon's got an M4 now, and he's going to be able to chase down another member here. M4 and an SKS, and it's going to be disastrous for Zolmox. He's going to find him, going to get hunted down here. This is ATC responding perfectly to a little early game aggression from True Sight.
A 50-50 circled for the last round as well. True Sight losing a member early. ATC having to be careful because Zenith didn't hear that. I don't think that we're going to see Zenith make any plays at the time, but it's also going to slow them down just a touch. Hypoc, this circle, I feel like. They're cutting through the hillsides. They're looking around. It feels like they're trying to get somebody to shoot at them so that way they can spin on it.
Well, I mean, they're looking as if they're coming towards at least the trenches outside Ferry Pier. Actually, Zenith's going to have lots of problems. ATC once again pulling up on a team. It's actually going to isolate two members of Zenith, 2 free kills on the drive-by.
That is
ATC
huge.
looking to finish with a bang here.
That is huge. Zenith, our #1 team at the time, already losing 1 member, but they're going to go ahead and try to get a kill of their own. Chaos is starting to ensue as Gravity's baddie does go down, giving a little bit more breathing room on Oath and TSM that are going to be chasing back behind them. Losing 2 members early, though, with those teams firing at them, they were dead, but able manages to survive in a very, very dangerous point.
Yeah, Michael actually coming through, sending some nades on the inside, going to do a lot of damage, but no knock. Actually, the double knock comes through. Simply Matt and Faye will fall. Actually, sneak attack will get the first aid off. And Michael got to play this slow. His teammates not close by. You can see Danny G heading over in a vehicle on the map on the left side of your screen. Rumblers as well here. Again, that's the team you want to see potentially get some kill points off this. The Molly a little short. Surprise, actually, Rumblers aren't third party in this.
Trying to go for the res, but I think that's going to spell doom. Veritas creeping forward, should be able to spot it. Michael coming around right now. He's going to be able to see. Got to be careful as he jukes through. This one does get the return knock onto it. Dancing around. You can see sneak attack, trying to get a sneak attack off. Gets a little bit of a spray on Michael and forces him away from the angle, but there's a lot going on. Sneak attack does get the down onto, but we are going to see Fable get removed. Comets now in a lot of trouble, just down to 1 member, trying to get into that 14th place position, but not going to get it. Again, it's a very violent moving around the map. ATC, while they have 2 members down, should be able to recover.
I mean, at this rate, ATC trying to make a play for Ascendance in 6th. We got another 29 points to find, but already 7 kills on the board for them. An explosive start to the game for them.
Where was this ATC before? Did they just decide the fact that, okay, now it's time to go for it? Because they're finding a lot of really sneaky little moves that they can make around what's going on inside the map to pick up a lot of very needed kills. But at least I mean, they don't have anybody that's really contesting at the top, except maybe Veritas if they have a big game. Back down in different positions on Snovka Island itself, you can see the gas cans kind of hunting down Gravity right now. D-Rich, the last 2 members up for them. Here's the footsteps around him, trying to play this one carefully. Pick up, spots it out, gets a little bit of damage, but not enough to take down Hikerman. Morrow goes down in the distance, and that leaves just D-Rich with a ton of gas cans players in front of him, hoping that maybe the grenade's going to connect. Not going to get it off. Ackerman's going to go off to the other side of this one. It looks like the grenades are just going to pass each other perfectly. Guadalajara gas cans know that they've got the numbers, now just looking for it, and yep, there you go. Gravity goes down.
I think actually Sonics are going to hear all this, so they know they've got kill points headed their way if they hold on. W Key is actually getting into it with Ascendants up on the northwest side of the circle.
There is an odd situation that's actually brewing with ATC and gas cans and all these other teams going for as many kills as they can. That's denying more kills capability coming out from TSM. Sure, yeah, there's still 49 people alive, but if we keep seeing this aggressive of movement happening around them, that's going to limit more and more kills that TSM can potentially pick up. Heck, W Kiers look like they're going to go ahead and get some damage in and a flush onto Maji from Ascendants. Ascendants is holding down right now that 6th place spot, I would say kind of comfortably, and going to go ahead and get the return knockback onto Winnie. He was just 2 members for Keck W up at the time and not in a real best of positions to retaliate on this. Marselek creeping away just a little bit as the grenades are going to pass by. That one gets pretty freaking close, though. Makes him a touch nervous off of that one. Marselek just jumps from tree to tree, but that's going to reveal a point. So it's going to take a couple of shots, and now Rumblers are going to try to roll through this one, but Cherry does go down. Seat Swat's going to come in, and Los is just going to have to head for the horizon and get away from this one. Veritas, though, also playing the other side of this, is taking shots at Valiate. That's kind of forcing Rumbler's hand. They have to catch this as fast as possible to at least regroup. So Los is going to hop out of vehicle and now get to a different point back behind Veritas. Hopefully, maybe buying enough time for Valiate and the other rest of the members for his team to move. So with this positioning, what are we going to see? What can Rumblers try to get? Shots are going to come out from Danny G. Take down Waldo. Gonna spot out another one. Valiate's going to go down. Los was trying to make the play, but instead now he's just put himself in a very dangerous predicament. Michael already knows where he's at. Doesn't spot him out entirely, but no! Los manages to pop up, get a down off of it. And he managed to get the flush as well. He's going to go down. It's going to be shots coming through. Jazza does get the angle. Finally takes down the Rumblers. Veritas now eyeing positioning and how they're going to move. ATC has been hearing this, but doesn't want to commit to fighting out in the blue, and looks like they're cutting their way to the south. You can see the circles now pop where everybody is positioned at. Looks like it's getting a little bit more comfortable. It's going to be where this next circle goes. Looking at the positions at the time, you can see that Angels and Chat continuing their run and gun strategy as they walk their way through, or drive their way through this one, I should say. Norcus realizes the targets are going to be in front of them of 300. It's like they're just going to go ahead and spin back around onto this, seeing more targets, more opportunities. ATC already at 8 kills at this stage. Seems like they find opportunity for themselves. They know the fact that the angles of approach that they came in from is pretty clear due to the actions that they themselves have taken. That's allowed them to be a little bit more aggressive onto this positioning. But I do want to point out the split that's coming up from Sonics right now does give them capabilities to harass this hillside just a little bit. On the very edge to the east, we can see that NoCap is holding down right on a gatekeeping position, kind of denying out TS as they're trying to creep their way into this. TS just sitting at 3 members from the earlier action we saw coming out from them before. NoCap trying to see if maybe they can get this out, and Blues now come in, making it a little bit more difficult. Circle's gonna pop. Does end up favoring Fairy per position. IPOC, it's getting messy.
Yeah, that's it. Look at that. Sigzy going to find Arson and Red Rider. The double knock here. Just trying to gatekeep, as you were saying. And with that circle posting, it gives NoCap even more time to set up and just secure these. Berry Vibes got it all to do. Try and recover this one. Another team that was trailing had the opportunity to chase, at least in this final game, and get some more position. Berry Vibes actually ticking away there, taking a little bit more damage. Just a matter of time as Addict closes the back door, finds it, True Sight eliminated, 11th place. Elsewhere, look at ATC lighted 300 up in the kill feed.
ATC is just killing everything. And again, that spells more and more trouble for TSM, who need to get as many kills as they can. ATC, I believe at this point, is sitting on 11. Yes, 11 kills. Vox being the last one up for 300. And I mean, a couple of teams are rolling into this point. Veritas is coming in at the exact same time as Marselek's going to be making a little bit of play. Gas cans are going to go ahead and send it across, trying to crash into where they see Sonics playing from. Only 1 member of Sonics holding down this point at the time. Gas can's already at 3 kills. You can see starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Mine playing on the outside of it is going to get spotted. He is going to go down. That's going to make it more difficult as Adam almost walks right into that grenade.
Yeah, lots of damage on the way in there as Gas Can's got to fight through again. Shrimsy upstairs. H-Wood actually going to find Oldest. Ooh, nearly gets caught off guard there with the nade in his hand, but we'll send it downstairs. At least then give himself a little opportunity to reset back into the corner.
Shrimsy is eating so much utility and damn throwables coming out, trying to survive. Gets a knock onto one, trying to survive for a little bit longer. The rest of Sonics can't really support, though. It was that valiant attempt coming out from him. His last member, 300, does get spotted out. The other members of Sonics are going to be Tiggleton, who's playing around the lighthouse, and the gas station is going to be our other member. But again, it's ATC making moves everywhere right now. TSM also has a very close threat to them, as it's going to be Ascendant that has creeped up into position. But ATC, Melon, has a read on Ethan's position. That was a quick, easy flush coming out from him.
Yeah, and that's the 12th on the board for them. Melon and Norkis, 4 kills apiece here. As Danny G, the last survivor for Veritas over on the west side of the compound, and being slowed down for just a moment here. As TSM set up a defensive line against Ascendants. This is down in the edge of Ferry Pier here, and we can see the circle forcing Ascendants closer and closer towards TSM. We're desperate for those kill points, as you've already said. Tiggleton elsewhere. We'll find Heikeman, and that was after Shrimsy and Mime did fall. So H-Win and Tiggleton still alive and kicking, trying to hold on to the gas. The gas station and glass house, at least for the time being. Tiggleton actually a double nade comes through, the flush and the knock.
Tig, just making it harsh. Adam now having to figure out how he's going to handle what's going on. My H1 can provide some long-range support. Tig just hits a headshot onto Adam.
You dirty
he gets vengeance
man.
for his teammates. Man, he's just something else.
Dirty, dirty man. So well played. Sonic's salvaging the best of a bad situation, right, with that gas cans pull up. Obviously losing 2 on the way in. Maybe just spread a little too thin to defend that. But the big thing is here, H-Win's able to regroup with Tiggleton here, Matt.
Really important fight starting to brew in the south, as it's going to be Ascendants making their approach onto TSM. Penta does get the knock onto Zealot. No Cap trying to figure out how they're going to make their approach. Keep in mind, Poonage is still alive right now for Zenith, the last member up, and is trying to buy position points for himself. Longer he stays alive makes it a little bit more difficult with TSM with every single team that drops off. No Cap. Looks like they're just trying to figure out how they're going to push forward into this. I don't know if they're even aware of Poonage's position at the time, but really everybody is going to have a couple of difficult plays that they're going to have to make, except for hard shifts at this time.
He's looking as after the opening knock comes through, TSM I think actually was just pulling away, so they didn't have an opportunity to capitalize on Penta finding that opener. Melon and Norkis continuing to harass up on the edge of the circle here, and actually a little bit of a mystery there. Danny G able to slip out of the compound here, but in the wide open, Melon gonna clean things up. The 13th kill, 5th for him. Veritas out in 7th place. The 16 remain here.
Zenith just lost their last member in Poonage, I believe, so they don't have anything left that they can work from. So TSM, it's just a matter of how many points can you get. Can you manage to catch up with 15? They've got Ascendants that's next to them, but all the other targets are hanging out in the north at the time. No Cap still just trying to creep forward. It was going to be Ploob that's playing that position where he did spot out where the last remaining member for Zenith was. So now starting to calm down a little bit, but guess what? There's still a roaming Melon up to the north of this. Spots out a little bit of what's going on. And are we going to see Melon continue to harass? Look, just walking, dude. Just walking. No cares in the world. Just like, hey, whatever. Something shoot at me. I'm just going to kill it.
Yeah, I think actually that sets the bar. TSM got to find 7 kills and the win basically here, and then we'll have to have a look at tiebreakers of how it plays out. But Melon potentially able to pick up these. Okay, I was gonna say, and it was making a meal. And it was making a meal of it there, and then it's Tiggleton's like, nope, sit down.
Every single time we try to hype it up, it's gonna go that way. And No Cap hopping on the motorcycle, rotating north. It's gonna be Tig taking shots as well as the hard shifts, and Tig just doing people dirty right now. Gonna go ahead and take that one down and harass Ploob. You can't peek around that corner right now. There's somebody hard holding that angle. A couple of smokes gonna be coming out from No Cap, just trying to survive right now, waiting for the new circle to pop, and no surprise, it's gonna favor Hardship's positioning as well as Sonic's positioning. So Fairy Pier finally leaving out with TSM and Ascendant's gonna have to fight it out just a touch. With all the smokes that No Cap has had to drop on top of each other, Sonic's can take a little bit more of a centered position onto this and begin to maybe regroup, and they still have a lot of control for it, but oh, H1 makes the move at the exact same time No Cap does. Manages to get some damage into him, but whoa, what just happened to Ascendants? They just got destroyed by TSM.
Did indeed, and that now gives them a lot of space to flex out into this circle. Hardships also, though, trying to spread out and deal with who's left over on the north and the east side here. JSAC going to find Ploob. Menox now stuck inside the shack. H-Win about to seal his fate with a nade. and in the front door. It comes through and actually going to find it with the M4 now as Sonic's 9 kills, still 2 standing. Actually, Dietrich's going to come through, try and open things up, but doesn't find that opening knock.
Ooh, revealed his position, and now it's a little bit more dangerous. Throws a grenade, but rejected by the tree there. So Sonic's going to be able to juke away from those grenades as they move. Should be aware of the fact that hard shifts might opt into playing this a little bit more difficultly, but I don't know. We'll have to see how hard shifts are playing this one. Chuba does get vision on TSM as they're making their rotation. Sends a couple of bullets down towards them to slow them. But it looks like TSM could be wrapping around the south, which is going to be along the same corridor where we see Tickleton and H when playing for Sonic. So that could be where we start to see a couple of a firefight
happening. Not looking either.
Yeah.
You see, Tickleton and H-Win are super focused to the north here, Matt. They could potentially get crept up on here.
Matter of how TSM is wanting to play this. Chuba could take some shots. Might give them the idea to look back behind them, but TSM instead creeping up back behind Sonics right now, and this is such a big fight for TSM. They need to secure this one as they go forward. Looking around, they do spot out. They see Tickleton manage to line in the shots. It's going to be Luke12 gets the knock on the Tig, and there we go. TSM starting to move forward. Couple of shots now going to go back over to H1, and there it is. It's a lineup 4v4 for the end. TSM versus hard shifts. TSM already knows where hard shifts at. First shot's going to come through. aLOW gets knocked onto D-Treats, and it is a quick push forward. TSM wanting to get control. PurdyKurty was joking about on social media. Is he going to name the M249? Well, it looks like that's going to be the case. Penta did go down,
way.
but the shots are going to come out from him. TSM 2 members up, looking back into J-Sync's position. Got to be careful around this one. It's essentially a 2v2 at the time. J-Syncs and Chuba playing the high side of the hill, looking around, trying to see if they can spot out what's going on. Chuba trying to regroup.
J-Sank just trying to run the clock down a little bit here as TSM potentially in a spot to get 4 strong. Once again, Kurt bleeding out. J-Sank now comes through, but Penta's in a position to spot this out. Chuba actually gets the nade on, it's going to flush out Kurt.
A lot of damage exchange between the two. J-Sync does go down. Chuba moving forward right now. Did he get enough information? There is a weakened Penta on that angle. Is he going to be able to spot it out? Does get the down, but it's right as everybody's starting to pop back into a fighting position. TSM spots out. aLOW goes down. Luke12, though, manages to spot it, and TSM gets 9 kills and the round victory in a very close fight at the end of this.
I don't want to call it just yet, but quick math, I think 7 kills and the win was going to tie them. That there, 3 wins back to back, and the last being 9 kills. I think TSM have just taken it, Matt. That is absolutely insane. What a way to close out the group stages.
That is just absolutely nuts coming up from these guys. We're not going to go to a break, guys. We're going to let everything begin to stack up as we start.
I want to see the leaderboards.
Yeah, we want the leaderboards. We're not going anywhere. We're in for a nail biter right now. With Zenith going down in the positioning that they win at.